kusoma Biblia kama jamii ya kanisa pamoja. We are reading continuously the Bible. Sasa tuko katika First Peter, maana tumemaliza James, the book of James, na najua ya kwamba wewe unaendelea kusoma. The book of First Peter, and therefore I will introduce the book of First Peter, maana tunaanza leo, and I also introduced Second Peter, kwa sababu First Peter ni 5 chapters only, and therefore wiki ikiisha tutakuwa tumeanza Second Peter. First Peter, as the name calls the book, it's a letter that was written by Peter himself, and it is the Peter that we read in the Gospels, who was a close disciple of Jesus, and later on he became one of the leaders in the early church in Jerusalem. He wrote this book to the Jews, wale ambao walikuwa the ones who are going through persecution, trials, and also sufferings. And this book was supposed to encourage them and also to answer this question on, does God care? Has God forgotten us? Where is God in all this? And he wanted to show them ya kwamba in every suffering, hope in God is the answer. And as you read the book, you realize that he was writing to a group he calls God's elect, and people that were scattered because of the persecution all over. So they were not in one particular place. And also, as you read through the book, you realize that Apostle Peter writes this book as the apostle of hope. He encourages the believers of the day that hope in God brings steadfastness in time of suffering, in time of persecution, in time of trials. The key verse in the book is chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. You can keep on referring to it, and it is important as you finish the end of the book, you realize that the key of hope is patience in God. Second Peter, also the author is Peter himself, and he writes this book to again encourage the brethren and also to keep them strong and remind them that they have to refuse every false teachings in their midst, as false teachers had penetrated into the congregation. Just like in the book of Jude, he warned the believers of the day not to accept any other authority apart from the Lord's authority and also the Word of God authority. During this time, they were also going through persecution, and it contains most of the things that are contained in 2 Peter. It's the details of his own life. So if you want to know more about Peter, read 2 Peter and repeat it again. You get the details of his life. And also we realize that as he was writing this book, in chapter 1, verses 14, he was awaiting execution due to the gospel, just as it was with Paul when you read 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verses 6. The key verse of this book is chapter 1 and verses 3. And it is a calling, it reminds us the calling, and our election enables us to produce the fruit of righteousness in our Christian life, as also we produce the Christian virtues. It also reminds us that it also exhorts us to spiritually be diligent and steadfast in hope. Bwana Mungu wetu awabariki sana mnapojipeana kusoma Biblia, and the word of God, when you hide it in your heart, according to Psalms 119, it enables you to keep away from sin. Kwa hivyo tutasimama mbele zake Mungu, tumesikia neno lake.